Yeah, Twitter, at the same time the worst platform on the internet, but also the funniest platform on the internet, for the exact same reason: the delusions and frequent meltdowns of leftist crazy folk. Now, if you remember way back in the past, April this year to be exact, Elon Musk put in a bid to buy Twitter, and although that's quietened down significantly, it's still ongoing. Just recently he managed to get Twitter to keep within the terms of the takeover bid and hand over data relating to how many fake accounts Twitter has boosted its numbers. But during this time, which was the funniest time of the year so far in my eyes, the collective meltdown of the left was just so beautiful and hilarious. But also during this time, we got to witness quite how insane their employees are, with a series of work meetings where they freaked out about Elon Musk being a very open homophobe and transphobe, despite there being no evidence of that whatsoever. But that's what these type of people do: lie and imply. And even more recently, Project Veritas exposed Twitter in a series of videos where they got Twitter employees to spill the beans about what it's like to work for Twitter and how they don't believe in free speech, and in one of the workers' words are commie as fuck. Now, while the majority of us watching Project Veritas's videos wonder about the important matters, like how hot must these honey trap chicks be for these idiots to spill the beans immediately every single time in an effort to impress them, the reality is every leak and every look into the culture at Twitter is that it's extremely biased towards one particular way of thinking, and it isn't logic or rationality. But if you like this video, a logical and rational person would subscribe to help the channel. That'd be very cool of you. And then there's the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, an account that exposes people a little bit too interested in kids, shall we say, trying to mess about with other people's kids, mostly teachers. This particular account mainly just reposts what woke teachers are bragging about doing to people's children on their TikTok accounts. And obviously this is very bad to the left, because the worst thing you can do is hold a mirror up to them and repost their own insanity. It makes them look insane, goddammit. How dare you repeat their own words back at them? That is just not on. Now, obviously, this is a big problem for Twitter, as Twitter is trying to cultivate a place where they are trying to trick people into thinking that totally not normal things are the norm, and accounts that go against the company line are not looked upon kindly. And once again, we are treated to leaks from the world of Twitter employees, this time via a Slack channel. Let's have a look, shall we? The first couple is saying how the account reposting that someone is holding a drag queen story time for preschoolers is going to get someone put in the ground, because, you know, the left, melodrama is their name of the game. Then they get on to talk about their favorite subject: banning people for WRONGTHINK. You simply cannot repost the insane things the left are posting themselves. That's just the worst crime of all. Let's read some of it.
But if we deplatform this account, we might erode trust in our platform from users who already think we're irredeemably biased against conservatives.
Irredeemably biased? Yeah, we know you are. You haven't done one thing to prove otherwise in recent years. You banned a sitting president of America. We know exactly what side you're on, and it's Stalin's side. Speaking of which,
I mean, we successfully deplatformed Trump. I don't think deplatforming Libs of TikTok is going to cause a mass exodus, but I guess it might not be in our fiduciary interest to enact a ban on a high-profile account right now. Taking cues from Elon Musk there. Trans people are being targeted for genocidal violence during Pride Month.
Where is it? Can we see one example of this genocide they talk so much of? Just show one example. That'll be enough for me.
Like I said, our expectations are low, given that when James Damore came on with his transphobic misogyny, Twitter gave him a verified badge and let him go by fired for the truth.
And James Damore is that guy who wrote that hilarious memo about Google's ideological echo chamber, where he spoke the truth about diversity. You should read it, it's very funny.
I apologize, I was not speaking from my own perspective, but applying a commentary on how leadership has behaved recently. I could have phrased that better and will be more conscious in future messages.
Imagine talking like this.
I despise and despair the activity that is currently flourishing on our platform and empowering white supremacists / fascists to act with impunity in conducting harmful emotional and physical violence on trans folks and the broader alphabet community.
Now remember, this soy is having a meltdown about an account that exposes people doing disgusting things with children that aren't theirs behind people's backs. So we're getting a real insight into what he gets up to in his spare time if he's so upset about that, aren't we? So yeah, Twitter, once again, being exposed as a main company that just needs everyone firing and starting again. Sure, it would be cool if Elon Musk took over and restored some normalcy to the proceedings. How has it got to the stage that people like this are running the show on the public squares on the internet? That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, boy.